Welcome everyone. It's Enrico Janko, Team Alliance. Talking a little trading stuff today. Someone asked a question, so I just wanted to get at them with an answer. So they asked me, did I have a list of trading rules that I might go by, so they could take that list and just rock that list and speed up, I guess, the process of being profitable. And I did have a list like that. And I found out that list actually was limiting the amount of money I was going to be able to make in the market. So I balled up that list, threw it out. And I couldn't really find the words of what was going on with a list, with a guide of guidelines of what I'm supposed to be doing while trading. And since I want to give you that. I don't want you to be a lame in the market and just give up your money and just do some delusional shit that have you wondering why you even, jumped into this. But just a little story. I was reading the other day, Robert Prechter article, and he wrote an article kind of about exactly what we're talking about, having a list of guidelines and shit while you're trading. So, when I first became trading, I did that. I developed a list of certain trading rules, right? And the list was created piece after piece. I would learn a little piece, add more to the list. And so with each new rule added, usually following the conclusion of some type of event, whether I won a trade or lost a trade, usually losing trades. So I would lose a trade and then I would create a rule. So I would constantly be asking myself, what would I do differently next time to make sure that the mistake I made this time would not occur? And then when I found an answer to that, I wrote it down. And this resulted in a list of do's and don'ts. So it was about 15, 16 statements. All right. And about 6 months after I completed that list, that carved in stone list of rules that I was going to trade by, I threw it in the trash. It was basura, right? That's the Spanish word, right? Basura, that's garbage. And let me tell you what the problem with the list is. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people end up having this problem. That's why I'm even talking about it, because someone even asked about it. When you're trying to learn something, so after several months of trying to apply these rules, you see it becomes clear that there's a mistake with that list, right? And it's not just the things that are on the list that are a mistake, but it's a fundamental error that you make when you start trying to compile a list in the first place. And the error in the thinking with the list is that everything on the list is being determined by the last time you traded, by the outcome of the last trade. It's as if the next trading session is going to present a similar problem that you wrote down. So you got your list, right? Just to explain it, you got your list, you made a trade and you wrote down some shit on your list, and you're acting as if it's going to happen on the next trade because it happened on the last trade. And what goes on, by the time you got all 16, 17, 20 of these rules created, and you're covering all your situations, the problem is you're going to be back to square one because there's nowhere to trade at that point, right? It's some ironic shit that goes on with trading. And a lot of this I see goes on in life. And because a lot of this trading shit, man, it's akin to life when we talk about risk rewards and actually trading on reality and not what you think should happen or what you want to happen. And because isn't that how most of us run through life? We get upset when things and people don't act the way we want, and they don't do what we want to do. You see what I'm saying? We love our children when they're young because they do exactly what we want them to do. Then when they grow up, it's like, the fuck, you know what I'm saying? So same thing. We want to be able to control the outcomes of anything that we get into. We like to believe that we have some control over it. All right, really ironic. But let me give you an example real quick of one of the ironies that result from that typical method of generating a list of trade rules. Right. One of the most popular things that people are gonna tell you that you can't go broke taking profit. Right, just snatch up your profits and be done with it. And I'm sure when that first was given out, the first person that said that, there was a reason behind it. And because it appears to make mad sense when you just look at it. But it's only like that when you view it in the context of a recent trade you made with a specific outcome. Okay? So it's kind of like when you enter a trade at a good price, right? And you're watching it go all the way in your direction. Man, you're making money from it. And then you sit down and you're watching it a while longer, turns into a loss. So now, when you hear you can't go broke taking a profit, you like, well, goddamn, that must be right. That sounds like the right thing to do. And what you're really saying to yourself is that in the context of what I did the last trade, I should have sold when I actually had a small, I should have sold when I had a small profit. Meaning I should have just took that small profit when I had a chance, because that's what the market was allowing at that particular time. You see what I'm saying? Now let's see what happens on the next trade. Next trade you might enter and you're watching it go your way, and then you remember what you said. Oh shoot, I got to take profits, and then you get out. You see what I'm saying? And then you watch in amazement as it keeps going into the price direction that you wanted it to go to, and you don't get all your profits. Right? Now, you talk to someone else about that, and they're like, "Oh man, you should let your profits run. You got to cut your losses short. You got to let those profits run." All right? So now you're like, So what do you do on the next trade? Once again, when you're at odds, do you let your profits run? Right? Or can't go broke taking a profit. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that's ironic and seem to clash when you're trading. And it's a lot like life. A lot like life. Life is full of ironies all day long. You know what I'm saying? So you get that list and you're going to be directly in conflict. Like list part number 2 is going to be in conflict with rule number 8. And rule number 8 going to be in conflict with rule number 12. So it's kind of difficult to have this list of trading rules, right? But what you can have is a list of requirements that are necessary for you to be successful in the type of trading that you're doing. All right? The type of trading that we're going to be doing is binary option trading. All right, we're not doing straight forex trading. We do binary option trading, and we do it because of the income potential. Right? We're concerned with income potential, because I want a small amount of money turn into a big amount of money. I asked one of my partners one day, long time ago, get money. My man get money. He always been getting money. Ain't nothing new about it, right? But I asked him. I said, yo, how you determine if someone doesn't do right by you in the game? You understand what I'm saying? Like, he was like, well, if I give them this and they come back with that, seems like everything's all right by me. You see what I'm saying? And so that's all it is in a nutshell. We trying to start out with this, and we trying to get that, right? And we trying to do it. We are doing it over in the market, trading, baby. It's real simple. It's just like the rules of the game. You learned it when you was a youngster. When you was a youngster, you learned it. You knew when you go into the store, you wanted to buy the lowest price that you can get so you could buy as much of the shit that you want to get. You see what I'm saying? That's why quarter waters was such a great asset when we was kids. You see what I'm saying? You had that quarter, you know you're gonna get some juice, some punch or something. You see what I'm talking about? And everything, you know, you're gonna have something sweet to go along with your potato chips and all that, and whatever else you got. So I say all that just to say, watch that list stuff. You don't need a bunch of lists and rules. You know, what you really need is a couple of requirements to be able to trade effectively, right? And those requirements are you need a method, actual strategy, a method of how you going to get into the market and get out the market, and why you're getting in and out the market. And this is what I actually show. This is what Team Alliance shows you, a method to do that. You know, a framework of doing that. So you don't have to sit down there and learn that yourself. Of course, learning that takes years. It takes years. And if it don't take years, it's going to take money. Because that's the thing, when you messing with these binaries, you see you got limited opportunity to even test what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? Because you only got from Monday through Friday trading hours. And the market trades differently at different times. So you don't get that much opportunity to even test out methods and know if your method even works. You see what I'm saying? So say you're a trader that likes to trade on the daily time frame. So you might get one trade a day, maybe. Or maybe you only get 2 trades for the week. You understand? So how many opportunities are you going to actually get to trade and actually do your strategy? How your method? How are you going to know if your method is even working? See what I'm saying? So when we in binary options, all that time, all that study, all that practice, you could be losing money that whole time. You know, and you might be losing at least, it depends. If you're just starting out, you might be losing $70, $80 a whop, especially on these 5-minute binaries. Because you could lose a lot, but you can win a lot. And that's what it's all about, again, risk and reward. So you need a method. That's what Team Alliance is about. You need a discipline to actually follow that method. Most people won't have the discipline to follow the method. We do 5-minute binaries, and we do it for income because there's a lot of income potential, but we don't sit there and try to trade every 5 minutes. You see what I'm saying? Every 5 minutes we have a trade, right? In an hour, that's 12 trades. So in 24 hours, that what's that? I don't know, about 120, 200, about 250 trades that I might have for the whole day to choose from. So I got to cap that, or I'll be trading all day. And I've done that, and I've lost money because I didn't have the discipline to stop trading like I do now, where I only trade 1 or 2 trades, maybe 3 or 4. You know what I'm saying? That's how we get when you're making money. You get hyped and you start trying to do more. All right? So you want that. You need to have some experience. All right? You need to have the mental fortitude to accept the fact that you're going to lose sometime. That's a difficult one. Being able to get out the game, out of a trade, and accept that loss. Then you got to have the mental fortitude to be able to accept huge gains. Because I want big money, but do I got what it takes to sit around and wait for it to happen for me like it's supposed to happen according to the market and not according to what I want just to happen? All right? These are some things we're looking at. Once again, this is Enrico Janko, Team Alliance. Check this out. If you see me on this set talking about this trading and talking about this money, know we back out here. We hustling hard, and we doing what we doing, trying to get this money right. And we flip this money weekly. All right? So it's pretty simple. You got $100. You trying to get it to 200 by the end of the week. Then you need to follow along. Team Alliance. You got questions, concerns, any consideration, anything, just hit us up. You'll see the information somewhere below the video. See you guys real soon. It's Enrico Janko, Team Alliance Live.